find those stains I left on his sheet. I get drunk most every day. Always seem to find myself late.
He's middle management of men, Wesley Fox. A tamer of building codes and fires, Alan Giannis. And he delivers for America, Andrew Murr. Together, they are the middle class holes.
So, well, guys, it's official. It's official. We're all dying. Canadian smoke is taking over the East Coast and Mid-Atlantic. If that doesn't get you, there's a parasite in the lettuce and uncooked vegetables, and then Taco Bell. God damn it! I don't know.
What did Taco Bell? I thought Taco Bell was just the joke for the diarrhea. I thought that Taco Bell was fine. What happened to Taco Bell?
I actually just heard something like a minute before we hopped on here, where I think like some of their lettuce might have been suspect. Which, I mean,
isn't it always,
man?
Yeah, right. It's tainted by their chefs at the facility before it even hits the stores. It's always been that way.
I'm of the philosophy that if your constitution is too weak to eat Taco Bell, that your bloodline is weak. That it just is what it is. Taco Bell is for certain people. It's fine.
It's the Al Bundy doctrine. There's an old episode of Married with Children where the fitness guy decided that Al was on the right path, and he ate a cheeseburger and had a heart attack. And Al's like, yeah, he didn't steel man himself nutritionally all these years, and the weak die, and that's what happens. And I might die too, by the way, because apparently I went to a nutritionist today, and I was essentially told all these things, and I just went, can you stop for a second? Does that just mean I'm malnourished? She's like, yeah, sum it up. Yep, you're malnourished. I apparently have not starved myself for the last 3 years, but I've created a diet which is nutritionally undervalued, so much so that I need to completely reprogram my entire lifestyle. So that's going to be fun.
That's
interesting.
I don't know what you eat. Like, what's a day for Murr? Can I ask that? Like,
yeah,
like
sure.
Eating food. What's a Murr food day? What we got?
Okay, so I wake up. I have a bottle of water with creatine and a cup of coffee.
That's not food.
I take a fish oil pill. Hold on, there's more food there. And I take a nootropic to make sure my brain's sharp for the day. Then throughout the day, I drink about 4 Diet Cokes. And then dinner time comes, and we eat ourselves a rather hearty meal of usually, I'll say on average, like baked beans, a New York strip steak, and some broccoli. And then I go to sleep, and I wake up and do it all again.
Yeah. Nope, I get it now. That checks out.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's years of I think I'm doing the right thing with intermittent fasting, and then slowly but surely shrinking the nutritional value of everything you consume in a day to basically nothing. I have no vitamins or minerals in my body, and I was wondering why I was continuously getting these migraines. And she goes, "You see this? This is your vitamin B12 panel. You notice how they're all under 15%?" I was like,
Yeah. I was not going to knock the intermittent fasting. I don't prescribe to it, but you want to sprinkle in maybe a banana and or an apple in there. Maybe perhaps probiotics.
Listen, if that's the everyday, you just want to sprinkle in some food between wake up and steak dinner, like just anything in that window, that whole window there. That's like 8-ish hours, probably roughly. Just a fucking some crackers.
I will say I do snack on a couple, maybe some crackers and maybe some chips, but I'm really diligent about it. I also have my minimum of 2 beers a night, which, by the way, she said 0 things about. She's like, I see you you do the 2 beers and usually rice cakes and some crackers and stuff at night. What else are you doing besides sucking the bone density from your body with Diet Coke? I was like, So, by the way, she treated me like an alcoholic with the Diet Coke. She's like, I need to get you off, not all the Diet Coke. I don't want to make you panic, but we are going to have to draw that back, but you cannot do it all at once. So if you're drinking 6 Diet Cokes a day, I'm going to need you to cut that down to 5 and maybe add a clear diet soda to your routine. Can you do that? And I was like, she's talking to me like I'm a child. Yeah, like I
get that, but I'm a clear diet soda. What, like a clear Sprite? Like a diet Sprite or something like that?
Apparently,
like a Sprite Zero or something. Yeah.
I think like the folic acid. She's like, so a main ingredient in Diet Coke is folic acid, and acid does exactly what you think it does, and you're dissolving your bones 1 can at a time. I was like, oh, got it. And apparently, the clearer sodas don't have the same ingredients as a dark diet cola.
Interesting. I'd have to. God, now I'm on my mind's going in circles trying to figure out all the clear diet sodas there are. All I can come up with Sprite. I guess ginger ale.
Ginger ale, diet ginger ale, diet Sprite, maybe diet Mountain
all
Dew.
All the clears come in diet, basically.
Yeah. Well, wait,
not diet Mountain Dew. Come on.
I mean,
there's diet Mountain Dew.
There is, but
diet Mountain Dew, but diet Mountain Dew isn't a clear diet cola.
No, I would not consider it.
How about cloudy?
It's too cloudy. Yeah, it's too cloudy. It's 100%. Yeah.
I can live with that though. I know I can dial back. I know I can dial it back. But she was going on and on about this caffeine, and I stopped her for a second. It's like, listen, I know you think it's a problem, but I can drink a cup of coffee at 11 p.m. and still be in bed by midnight. I'm not worried about the caffeine. And she's like, all right, well, do what you want. And I was like, all right, fine.
No,
I know.
That's probably the problem. That's probably a problem as well. But like,
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I guess what I took
is high enough that you can do that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You're already a junkie, basically, is what she said.
And it's funny because this is like years of like shifting and changing a diet to like, I will now do this. And then you've gotten so far off the path that it's nothing like it's like a game of telephone. I've been doing nutritional telephone where I'm like, I'm doing the right thing. And all of a sudden it's like, you're going to die now because of this. Thinking you're doing the healthiest option possible and having a woman look you square in the eyes and be like, you're going to kill yourself. Start eating breakfast.
Yeah, man. Just like fucking anything, honestly. some substance, some protein, shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More often than not, my breakfast is if I don't do a banana or something like that, 2%, a couple scoops of 2% yogurt, 2% fat yogurt. Okay, a drizzle of honey, sliced strawberries, and then I won't say a handful, maybe like 3/4 to half a handful of granola. And I mix it up.
Motherfucker fancy.
Yeah,
that's fancy.
It's a parfait.
I know. I feel like you're reading day one, by the way, off my chart.
I know what it is. That sounds delicious. I ain't got the patience for all that shit. I'll be dead honest with you. I rarely eat breakfast, but I do eat lunch and I eat dinner. Like your man skipped all of it. He said, "Give me that coffee. Give me that fucking creatine water." Like,
don't forget the fish oil.
Yeah, fish oil.
Yeah, the fish oil.
So
the nootropics.
Yeah, right. Okay, got to keep that brain sharp. Got to keep the old.
At least 5 calories in there.
So when lunchtime comes around, because I find that if I don't eat breakfast, when lunchtime comes around, I'm argumentative. I'm a bit like pissy, short-tempered. And this isn't like the casual, hey, Wes, you have road rage. This is like, damn, I need to eat or shit's going to hit the fan. Do you get like that? Or are you a little more low-key about it?
No, I don't personally. No. I mean, yeah, because I won't inconvenience myself too much, like especially with like work shit. Like if I'm waiting around and fucking Susie's fucking like finishing up a report or on I will leave Susie. Susie can meet us the fuck there. We ain't going that far from the office. Like fucking like, you know what I mean? So maybe argumentative, but I'm not gonna start no shit about it. I'm just gonna go about my business. You know what I mean? And I'm not very like snippy or anything, I don't think.
I'm not going to cause a commotion either at home or at the workplace. When I say home, when I'm working from home, I can just sense at around 11:30, I'm like, man, well, you're hungry, okay.
And maybe that's my problem. Is my job, my day starts. Its initial phase is frustration and aggravation, and so my level of stress in my workday dips around the midday. So I might be physically agitated, but my situation has gotten more positive, so I don't feel it. Because I mean, I just stay in. I'm like the Hulk in the Avengers. I'm always agitated all day long, and it's just I'm not running out of energy. I think I've fueled my system so much so at night that I wake up with a full gas tank, and it just quickly depletes, and then I'm right back up to full again, and it's not working. That's what I learned today. It was a nice. Everybody needs to do that to themselves every once in a while. Stand in front of a professional and let them say, you're wrong about everything. And then say, okay, I yield. I will just do what you tell me now. And if it doesn't work, then you are wrong. Probably the best way.
I like that. It's kind of a lost art, I think, in society these days. Listening to people who've dedicated their lives to a craft or a study, and who you go to and you're like, hey, man, I'm feeling it. What's going on? What's going on with this meat sack here? And they're like, you know what, man? You should probably stop doing X, Y, Z. And you're like, I don't believe you. And then just walk out. You know, that's good. It's good to hear. Yeah, listen to him. Man. I always preach. I think I've even told Wes this before. I'm like, get your physicals. Like, I talked to a buddy of mine. He was like, oh, I haven't had a physical like 4 years. I'm like, motherfucker, go get a physical. Like, let's just get a tune-up. Let's just check things. Check up under the hood. Fucking, it's fine. Like, that's how you catch fucking things before you die, motherfucker.
Yeah. And I think because I hadn't had blood work done in 10 years, and
Jesus Christ,
made a vow to Sarah that I was going to do it soon after we got married, and a couple months later, I think the anxiety built up that like something's wrong. God, I know it. Something's wrong. And the guy's like, nah, you're good. Cholesterol's a little high, but man, everything's ship shape. You work out? I was like, more or less every day somehow. I might have a day after like 2 days of soccer where I just stretch. He's like, good, yeah, keep that up. Unless something weird pops up, I'll see you again in a year. Okay, all right.
That's it, man.
Yeah. No, and I also want people to realize that everybody that's bitching about insurance in this country, if you have it, use it. That's what I decided I was going to start doing. Otherwise, you're just pissing away thousands of dollars a year. Like, let them have to pull some out of the coffers. Like, don't let them keep fucking padding the stats. Make them spend some of your money for you. That's also a great idea.
You know, another helpful hint, and this is good. I like this, guys. I like where we're going. Fuck the man. Most companies, most major insurance carriers, you get fucking like shit for wellness. You get discounts or fucking money, just straight up money, to buy fucking exercise equipment or fucking like shoes or whatever you need to keep yourself tip-top shape. Like, don't sleep on those little fucking hidden links in your Blue Cross Blue Shield website that you touch once when you fucking on board. Like, get up in there, get some shit. I got a $600 driver from fucking Siemens before I left. I was like, you know what? That keeps me tip top shape, baby. That's my exercise. I walk the course. I do not.
Yeah,
but I got one.
Well, you got to move those arms. I mean, that's, you got to get your reps in. That's fucking brilliant, Mr. Giannis.
You want me to hit my numbers? I need 2 strokes off my golf game, buddy.
Bam.
All right?
You know what I mean? Testing out a stiffer shaft here. I'm not trying to actually pay for it. Let's go.
Man, but I don't really know. So this parasite that's just sprung up, the origins are to be determined. But from excuse me, I was about to say from what I've read, from what my wife has told me, from what she's read, word of mouth to me. I haven't read anything. It's pretty much any uncooked vegetable and greens you just stay away from.
Yeah, except for like things like in a pod, or they like have a skin. So like corn and like peas and green beans and shit like that. Like that shit's kind of okay. But yeah, everything else, I guess, just covered in poop. And an old worm brain cut out the fucking cut out the worm detection system. Surprise!
What's funny, and you're fair for bringing that up, but like I can't remember what it was. They were talking about like wheat or something, and it was like we harvest so much stuff that first we spray it to make sure it grows, then we spray it to make sure the bugs don't get it. Then once it's harvested, they spray it to make sure it doesn't get parasites and stuff. So it's like, I mean, altruistically, it's like, can we stop spraying our foods like with all the like we eat more half chemical, half food, and then they're like, all right, we need to cut back on some of these sprays, and then yes, now all of a sudden you're shitting your pants and a worm's falling out of your ass. But
yeah,
I don't know. There's got to be a better balance for this stuff.
Because immediately trying to cook dinner this week, all my ideas got cut down to like a quarter of what I was spitting out, and basically everything needs to be cooked, washed, then cooked. Which is fine, because honestly, I don't even want to roll the dice on a 0.5 percentage point of getting blown out diarrhea. Cool. I'll avoid those foods. But I do think this is a bit of a wake-up call of how much you do need to really wash your food, how much you need to actually spin the greens in that little, like, I don't even know what it is. It's like a reverse.
Oh, yeah. I used to love that thing. My mom had it.
One of those. Yeah.
It was like a double bowl, and it would just, it would sprint. But man, I don't know. I'm notorious for just like buying, when I do buy fruits at the grocery, just eating them like right when I get to the car. If plums are on sale, as soon as I get to the car, I just throw a fucking plum in my mouth. I'll put the whole goddamn thing in there.
Yeah, just say, I picture your fucking like pantry and your refrigerator just steaks and fucking heads of broccoli and fucking cans of Bush's baked. Fucking.
Fuck. You're not wrong. I could open this. My chest freezer down here, it's frozen broccoli, steamer bag broccoli. I have a whole... Yeah, I do have...
don't even get fresh heads of broccoli. This motherfucker just gets steamer bags. I mean,
I'm
I
not
get
shitting
it.
my pants, all right?
I get it.
And then, yes, a whole rack of Bush's baked beans. And then also, when the pandemic was hitting, Butcher Box had this deal, and it was like, fill up your box, and your price is locked for life. So I filled that motherfucker with all New York strip steaks. And so my freezer is just nothing but New York strip steaks, steamer bags of broccoli, and then our soup pantry is filled with Bush's baked beans. And that's I could see it, dude. I try to keep it simple, man. I know how to make one thing good, and it's a goddamn steak.
Wow.
I mean, that's fair. You know, I'm just saying, man. Eat a piece of chicken. It doesn't gotta eat. Don't even gotta eat fish. It's fine. You know, if you don't like it, just.
I'll do tuna.
Just a piece of chicken every now and then. Hey, tuna's good. Tuna's very good.
I'm gonna switch it up, man. I'm taking it. I needed a rule book. I needed a playbook. I needed somebody to fucking put it down on paper for me. I told her, I was like, I'm a pattern guy. Once I get locked into a pattern, that's what I'll do. So she said, listen, you don't have to do all these recipes. Just, you'll notice there's a protein, there's a starch, there's a fiber. Whatever those things, just do those. Just at least do the basics, and you won't demineralize your body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Getting in front of a professional, man, changes the game.
100%.
And the last thing I wanted to hit on is the smoke from Canada that's in our area, and it's going to get worse this weekend, I think, although the temperatures are going to drop a little bit.
It's already hazy.
Yeah, so this evening, they moved back. The Phillies were playing the Mets in Philadelphia after, they had the All-Star game, and they moved it back an hour from 7:05 to 6:05. And they showed a shot of downtown Philadelphia. You could barely see the skyline. And I was like, damn, these pro athletes are really getting it. And then Sarah's like, hey, I'm going to go on a run. Do you want to go? I was like, damn. I had physical therapy this morning, by the way, taking advantage of my health insurance.
Damn.
Yeah, I have a pinched nerve in my neck, Alan. We've talked about this. So I went on a run, and I just kept thinking, like, I wonder if I'm doing more harm than good.
Probably.
Obviously, I'm doing good, but I was reading, like, it's like smoking 50 cigarettes, running around in that shit.
No shit. I didn't even know that was a thing. I've really tried to, for my mental health, I've really tried to put away, like, most social medias. I only look up stuff for the show, and I was driving, and I had my panic attack on the Delaware Memorial Bridge today, and I was like, I saw off in the distance, like, man, it's sure hazy out here today. It's weird to have fog on a sunny day like this. I didn't even know until you started talking about Canadian fog. What the fuck's he talking about? So is it more wildfires up north just blowing down?
Yeah. Not a few. A bunch. A lot. I don't know what you differentiate the acreage between a few and a bunch, but half of Canada. We'll just call it that.
Okay, all right. Well,
yeah, they had, like, I don't know if it's the same as right. I don't know if it's the same. Like, they showed a heat map of how it was traveling, and it kind of like it's obviously it's more it's it's kind of like the same of looking at a hurricane. You have the eye of the storm is red and everything around it's kind of yellow or whatever, and it's just above us. And then tomorrow it's going to sink down.
Oh,
we are going to be in the eye of the storm.
Sweet. All right. Well, yeah. Leave your meats out, boys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Smoke those
Smoke
bad
meats.
boys.
That's right. Ugh. Middle class was everyone. Foxman, Alan, and Murr. Alan, we haven't had you on a little bit. I don't think we've had you on since the World Cup started. Your thoughts on what you've seen in the last couple months, last few weeks, 5 weeks. USA's done well. Mexico did well. Canada did well. I didn't mean like the teams. I meant the countries hosting.
Fuck, the fix is in. No, I don't know. It's been interesting. I think it's been fun. I think Canada looked pretty. Here, you asked about the host. Canada looked pretty good. You know, being Canada reminds me of a plucky young U.S. team about a decade and a half ago. You know, maybe two decades ago. Like, very talented. Don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just athletic and getting it done. Trying to put ball in net. I think they did it like once though. So
the knockout stage.
But they were trying the whole time. That's fair.
Yeah, made it to the knockout stage. Mexico, heartbreaker. Mexico's a good fucking team. Probably should have won that game. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I think they put on an absolute spectacle of how fucking a World Cup should be. Like, I think every match that was televised from there was fucking awesome. Their matches were played there, which was fucking sweet. Like, yeah, that was pretty cool. And the old fucking boys, they let us down once again.
Yeah, I think look, man, they had I guess the positive of the negative of the U.S. team is like they played so fucking great, and then they just legit just shit the bed. And it's kind of like you knew pretty early on in that game, like, this ain't happening. Fuck me.
Yeah.
It's just over. I'm not holding on to any hope. It's not going to be a heartbreaker. My heart's already broken. Let's just finish the game.
No, I would say, look, they got out of a group they should have gotten out of. And I think that's, I guess, maybe a barometer of, like, for the most part, we've always gone into a group and been like, okay, we can get out of this. And then the last, like, couple, it's more like, all right, we're getting out of this fucking group. And so we did that. That's perfect. That's good. That's a bar raised, I think, for United States soccer is fucking, we get the fuck out of the group. We're not that bad. Let's get the fuck into the next round. Then you fucking get into knockout shit and it gets a little dicey. But yeah, I think, honestly, you got a pissed off Belgium who was kind of coming into form in that tournament at that point in time. I'm not going to lie. They're a little bit older, but they're all fucking really good. And a top 10 team. I think they were like 9 in the world when we ran into them. So, I mean, there you go. And then fucking the U.S., I think, got distracted by the whole fucking red card thing. And it carried a whole lot of fucking just weight on them and stress on them. And then, again, just nervous. That team still doesn't know how to fucking operate on a big stage, and the lights were on and the fucking whole country was watching, and I think they kind of crumbled under the pressure. And I was talking to my wife, I was talking to a couple other people, I think I was talking to Wes, like, that Belgian team, even their youngsters, they play Champions League nights fucking week in, week out across Europe, against the best teams in the world, at the biggest fucking stadiums under the lights. You know what I mean? They're used to it. That does not faze them. Hostile environments don't faze them. They're fucking used to it. And I think that's what you got. You got a nervous ass U.S. team come out fucking up all over the place. And Belgium was like, oh, you want to have your red card rescinded again? All right, watch this shit. Here you go.
Yeah.
Welcome to world football, buddy. Like, it was what it was. It was fun while it lasted, though, boys. I love it. And hey, the fix is in.
That was a perfect breakdown of the U.S. team, period. But my pissed off aggravation right now is, like, we had all these great games. Me and the wife watching as many as we possibly could, missing one game a day because it was on earlier. And now they're playing these fucking games at 1 and 3 o'clock in a weekday? why are you doing this? And Wes sent me like, well, they want the Brits to be able to watch their game. It's like, you think those motherfuckers won't stay up till fucking 4 a.m? You think they won't wake up with beer for breakfast, finishing out like the extra time? Kiss my ass. Put it on at least at 6 p.m. I didn't get to see any of the Argentina game, and I wasn't wanting to spoil it for myself, but unfortunately, every app you have on your phone, whether it's ESPN, a news app, Facebook, Instagram, blah, Argentina advances. Like, motherfucker. Then I don't even care to watch the game, because soccer's one of those things, it's perpetual buildup. Soccer goals are orgasms. It's like, oh, here it goes. Ah! But if you already know you've had the orgasm, it's like, I don't need tissues now.
That is a phenomenal... Sorry, that's a phenomenally American way to describe fucking soccer. And it's perfect, actually. It really is. It's just edging. It's just fucking edging, baby.
Psych. It's got more where that came from. Yeah, that game yesterday, I'm talking about England-Argentina, was just... We talked about, if you want to call what the U.S. did typical, that was typical English. English
kind of was.
I mean, they go up a goal and then they park the bus at around 65, 66 and said, oh, we did this in Mexico City with a man down. We can hold off. And it was like, when you do that, unfortunately, the tactics, that's like to change from a defensive first, front to then like, it's tied 1-1. Oh shit, we need a goal. That's like putting a tractor trailer that's going 60 miles an hour down the highway in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
You get hit slow and you can't really do it.
It kind of boggled the mind, like, because they scored that goal and you could almost see that Argentina was like, fuck. If they just keep bombing down these wings and eating this fucking pressure and hitting us on the counter, we're dead. Like, we're kind of old. We don't got legs like this. Like, but he pulled Anthony Gordon. He didn't put fucking, like, Rashford on or Ivan Toney on until later. You know what I mean? No offense to Harry Kane, but Harry Kane was fucking just walking around with his big-ass head, big English-ass head.
He's not, yeah.
Yeah, fucking carrying that fucking behemoth of a fucking head around like for 90 minutes. I was a little disappointed because normally, fuck England, but I kind of wanted them to win this one. And yeah, I think Tuchel fucking made some mistake. Tuchel parked the bus and he was like, "Oh, all right, I'll wait this out." And then I'll get to like 75, 80 and I'll throw Big Dan in there and he'll just head shit. And it was like, nope. Argentina's little. They don't even put the ball that high. Fucking Big Dan Burn ain't gonna do shit. Like, it was wild. They crumbled. And it was wild.
So, any predictions for the final?
I mean, actually, I think Argentina is going to win because why would the most corrupt sports organization on the planet not?
I mean, if you wanted to say the fix is in, then yeah, I think they want, their desire is for Messi to be the greatest of all time and have no doubt about it. He's already going to win the Golden Boot because, like, I think him and Mbappe are like tied with 8 goals, but Messi's got like 4 assists or something. So he's already going to win the Golden Boot. He wins a second World Cup back to back. Like, that's it. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's over. Like, the argument of anybody being close to him at this point, like the Cristiano Ronaldo Messi thing, it's already over. So, that's been over. Yeah, so
I'm going to play the contrarian, and not because I want to, because I thought about this today. I think you're going to get about as boring of a game as you got. If you want to call Spain-France boring, I think you just kept anticipating France to have this build-up, and they didn't because Spain it's like poetry. They just move, they pass and move, pass and move, 2-touch pass, 2-touch pass. I don't think Argentina is going to have the guns to be able to stifle that. I think it's going to be like a 2-0, maybe 2-1 win for Spain.
I think you might be right. Like, I haven't watched, because I didn't catch Spain-France live because also weird time. I agree with you. And then I watched it back and I was like, because I haven't really watched a whole lot of Spain. I just know they're Spain. You get what you get. But fuck yeah, they're a pain in the ass. They're fucking.
There were times I was watching at work in France when it was 1-0. We're like, all right, like we can't score unless we have the ball.
Unless we have the ball, and Spain's like, mm-mm.
So we got a press, and they broke the press 3 times in a row. And one of my coworkers what he knows about soccer is what started in mid-June. Okay, and he was like, "Damn, they just do what they want, don't they?" I was like, "Yep,
yeah."
I'm gonna bitch one more time about the timing. So Francing, wait, hold on. Never mind. When's so the final is at 3 p.m. on Sunday. It is on a Sunday, but it's at 3 p.m. Dude, I've been waiting for something like this to be in our time zone since I was in high school. Why are they doing this? I don't understand this.
It's definitely because it's prime time in
Europe. But again, they're going to tune in, and it's a much more important sport to them. I'll stay up till 2 a.m. for a UFC fight that I don't give a shit about. So, you know what I mean? Like, this means something to these people. They'll miss work on Monday. Don't worry about it. I can't have 6 beers at 3 p.m. on a Sunday. I can at 7 or 9. I'm just saying.
You can.
I can, but I also need to mow the grass. Like, why is my lawnmower interfering with my World Cup? That's not a thing that should happen.
That's fair.
I had 9 for the England-Norway game at 3 p.m. on a Saturday. Hazy IPAs too.
Jesus Christ.
And
awesome.
stayed up for the later game.
Getting all
I don't even know who it was.
I bet you didn't.
But yeah, no, I think Spain's. I think you're right, man. I'm with Wes. I think Spain. If fix is in, probably something's gonna happen anyway. Argentina's gonna win, but if it's not, the fix is in, because I think Argentina beat England fairly. Like, England just fell apart. Yeah, Spain can absolutely fucking beat this team. This team's older. They're slower. They liked having their possession. If they don't get it, they're not going to go chase it because they're lazy. And Messi's fucking lazy. Like, I mean, he's great. He does what he does. Fucking, but that dude don't fucking do anything anymore. 10 guys play extra time around him, and then he just hits it every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, he does. When he does have the ball at his feet, it's still fucking magic.
Yeah, yep, 100%.
Yeah, I've already penciled him in as the GOAT. Before this tournament, I was like, well, you could probably, him and Ronaldo, you could make a 1A, 1B comparison. Now I think this is solidified. Win, lose, or draw on Sunday.
Yeah, well, my whole thing was like if Ronaldo, if they made a run, if Argentina went out early and then Portugal went on a run and Ronaldo had like another 5 goals or something, I was like, then you could make an argument. But now you just it's over.
And like in multiple World Cups, Messi has carried that team to a point. Like whether it was the win against France 4 years ago, I think did they make a semifinal the year before?
They went to a final.
Or the one before? The final, the one before. Yeah, exactly. So like Messi did that. Portugal has had very good fucking teams and has had opportunities to push deep into this tournament. And you know who fucking disappears on the big stage in those times? Number 7. Yeah. So fucking.
Well, because they know that he's just going to stand somewhere outside the 18 and wait to fucking jump 30 feet in the air. And then when they don't give him that opportunity, then it doesn't happen.
That is fair.
He did win a Euro. They did win a Euro.
And listen, that is true.
The European Championship is
nothing to fucking scoff at. That's absolutely true.
Is it a World Cup? No, but
fucking
really like close.
If Argentina wins this World Cup, Messi will have won fucking back-to-back World Cups and back-to-back fucking Copa Americas or whatever they are down in CONMEBOL, the South American, which arguably the second hardest fucking qualification group in the world. Like all the South American countries, like that in Europe. That's fucking filthy. It's goat shit.
Goat shit, like goats pooping.
Yep, it's goat shit. That's right. That's correct. It's pellets, I believe.
That's it. If we want to get phonetically correct. All right, folks, we're going to bring you another list from BuzzFeed. The internet just created the Hall of Fame of stereotypical white phrases, and Murr, you and I read these, and we both agreed that we now have to go back to the drawing board on how we talk on a day to day.
I don't know. I think it's. I think you lean into it. I think you recognize it and you accept it.
Right. And Alan, I've heard you say a few of these. I don't necessarily know if you need to be the arbitrator on this here list, but obviously we all want to weigh in. But put your boots on, put that Baltimore City Connect hat on a little bit tighter, and let us know how you feel. I've said this. I'm not giving up on this one. Who gives a flying fuck?
I mean, that's a good one. I think that's, yeah.
But you won't hear other ethnicities screech that one from their vocal cords.
You won't. I was going to say, I don't think it's that bad because it's a cuss word. Because there's a fuck in it. You know what I mean? I think it kind of gives it some more street cred, if you will.
Right.
Yeah. So
not you see that on that if someone says that on.
That's I don't know.
That might be a white people Hall of Famer, though. Honestly,
we should have thought. I should have thought about the head of this and made a cracker scale. You know what I mean?
The crackometer.
Like saltines are the whitest of the. Are there whiter crackers than saltines? I don't really think so.
Maybe oyster crackers.
Oyster crackers. Oyster crackers are pretty fucking white. That's a good point.
Should have had a few to crack.
We'll think about this. We'll think about this for later because I think it's going to be relevant to other topics. We should just but anyway, continue. It's pretty white.
Right.
That's pretty white, but it's not that white.
Quote. Newsflash, buddy.
Yeah, that's oyster cracker kind of stuff. Yeah,
cracker shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's angry white man on a city street corner. Upset over, I don't know, a red light running or a jaywalking occurrence, or maybe
got splashed a little splash of water or something on a rainy day.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a neighbor who's upset that you didn't pull your trash cans back up just yet.
Yeah, or I don't say someone. I'm trying to think of an example. People arguing about if they're more than something. I'm more neighborly than you, or I'm more of a Samaritan than you. Newsflash, buddy. I volunteer.
Newsflash, buddy. Trash day's on Tuesday. It's Thursday.
God. Yeah, that's awful.
So get a load of this guy. I still think that checks out. I still think that's funny.
It is. I think it's a lot more about the body language of get a load of this guy. You got to be heavy thumbing. You know what I mean? You got to heavy thumb this guy. You know what I mean? That's what really sells it. But the words itself, when you said them and I heard them and I wasn't looking at you, I was like, well, that's white as shit. So.
Okay, all right, hold on, though. Now, let's change the parameters a little bit here. Let's change the scenario. So, all right, Alan, I know what you're talking about. I think if you say it without the person being able to hear you, this guy, and you get a load of this guy, okay. But now, if they're standing right next to you and you're fucking with them, get a load of this guy, and they can hear you, I think it kind of changes. That's almost like, let's go outside and fight, right? Or is that too white a scenario for your brain to comprehend?
That is super white. Do white guys fight like that? I mean, each other?
I think they start. I think that's an initial bar. I think that's an initial bar confrontation. Get a load of this guy, and it's got you got a little head nod going too.
It seems like a wild bar for white guys to fight. But but hey, man, I like it. Hey, it's like a Ritz, it's like a George Hamilton color.
Love it.
It's white.
Love it.
It's white, but not really. Anymore.
All right, good. All right. I'm gonna use that one more.
So I don't know why they end it. They end it with an exclamation point. I think they shouldn't do that because I think there's a comma after this because there's more to be had after the sentence.
Okay.
But you can't just waltz in here. Say,
yeah,
you
no.
can't just waltz in here! Exclamation point! You can't
No,
just waltz in here.
That's
and...
an ellipsis. That's an ellipsis.
Yeah.
That's a here's why. You can't just waltz in here. You can't just waltz in here and tell me how to do my job. You know, something along those lines.
You can't just waltz in here and kick your shoes off after you've been putzing around in the mud all goddamn day.
yeah. That's white people 101, 100%.
Yeah, that's very white.
All right, so this one, just as a white guy, this here is a Ritz cracker cracked in half. You're barking up the wrong tree, buddy.
Yeah. Why they're so long. Like sayings are just so wordy.
Well, we like to get our point across.
I get it.
We need you to pay attention. We have a good qualifier for everything. We have qualifiers for our grievances. Because I feel like okay, say the phrase again in white people vernacular, Wes.
You can't just waltz in here.
Now, I would argue the black alternative would be the fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's reasonable. I feel like that checks out.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck you doing?
See?
Me, personally, like, what the fuck you
The
doing?
fuck?
Yeah.
But the fuck I think is superior. It's less, as Alan said, it's less wordy. It gets to the point. Everybody understands the fuck.
Yeah. We're about efficiency. Yeah.
I've had it up to here while holding his hand over his head. I've had it up to here. Alan Fox
I
special.
feel that's white as shit, but I feel like that's super aggressive too. Like, white guy does that. I feel like that might be almost fight worthy. Like,
But that's like
I don't give a shit where you've had it to, buddy. Let's overflow that shit.
I was gonna say, you grab his wrist and push it up. Like, how does it get to here?
How do we get it here, huh?
But I will say that's like 65-plus-year-old white guy. Like,
Yeah,
I've had it up to here.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Like
the
a
old
guy,
man.
he'll say that, but he won't get out of his chair either. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
So you've had it up to 3 feet. All right, stand up.
Yeah.
Let's get it to 6.5. What do you
Let's get it up there. It's too
what are you
low.
gonna do? Yeah. So I don't necessarily know if the word, because I've heard the first 4 words of this a lot, but then the last one, I think this
There's
is
so
thrown
many
into-
words.
It sprinkles a little more salt on the Ritz cracker, if you will. You're on thin ice, Buster.
You chill, Buster. There's so many ways to end that one, but yeah, Buster is white.
Yeah. See, growing up, I used to get a lot of
saltine.
"you're on thin fucking ice." That was
Yeah, see, that's a little better. That's a little saucier.
Yeah.
That's a Ritz. That might be a Triscuit, actually.
you're on thin fucking ice.
Yeah. That's
I mean-
got some sauce to it.
I mean, the only way for that phrase to even make sense, it has to come from the Great White North, you know, like, and then it had to spread through the southern states. That's God, I can't believe we still use these. And the more you say them, the more I'm like, have I used that before? I'm like, yeah, you have. Guilty as charged.
Definitely have.
Screw you and the horse you rode in on.
Okay,
That's a classic, I feel like, but that's white.
yeah, and it's
Again,
also 65
wordy.
plus. Yeah,
Wordy. So wordy. All these words.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You could probably simplify this quickly.
Yeah, like the trend is I feel like you guys think you have a lot of time to say all the shit you gotta say.
It's right.
Well,
Grab
yeah.
people are like, nope, no, I don't like that.
God, how
Very
old is
succinct.
that too? I mean, think about how old that phrase has to be. Like, where
Yeah,
people were still
Jesus,
riding
yeah.
fucking horses. And you
With
could,
horses to saloons.
You will not talk about sassafras like that.
No, that's a good horse. That's a good horse. I'm going from Krusty McGee in the old Black Hills. He's a good man.
If you keep talking that way, I will have had it up to here with you.
I'll make sure
Definitely name a horse
Krusty.
sassafras.
I'll make sure Krusty doesn't sell you a horse. I'll be sure of it. He'll blackball you. Yeah. Oh yeah, tough guy. By the way, I didn't make that up. I was reading from the list.
I know.
Tough guy.
You know, much like my trip to the nutritionist today, a lot is being revealed and before my eyes as you speak these things, because we are. Is it because we were like in charge of things for a long period of time that we got to like create some of this language? It's just fucking awful. Is that why we didn't take, like, white folk didn't take a lot of pointers from other ethnicities for such a long period of time?
Yeah, wasn't a whole lot of colored folk in the room when y'all was writing, you know, your early sitcoms and your.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So, a whole lot of, you know, even like Desi Arnaz got racially profiled on the show that he was like a producer fucking on.
Yeah.
We could have used Uncle Phil or Carl Winslow. One of those guys in there just to really sauce things up. This one, listen, I say this, and I'll wear it with a badge of honor. I don't give a rat's ass.
That's actually good. I don't mind that one. I don't think that's super. That's too. I mean, it's white, but it's not like crazy.
On the aggressive scale for white folk, where would you rank that on a scale of 1 to 10, Alan?
Like aggressiveness?
Yeah, like I'll give a rat's ass. Like, would you put that at like? I put that at about a 7.
Yeah, 6, 7 is where I was gonna say. Okay. 6, 7. I did not intend to do that, honestly.
I know.
It makes me angry.
That's what's cracking.
Really.
Way to white it up, Alan.
I know. Well, that should end it if it hasn't been killed already. But yeah, it's aggressive, but not that, like, not over the top. But it's like, I mean, business, Buster. Is that on there?
Is that on the list? That should be on there. Yeah.
I mean, business.
It's Buster.
Every white person that has come back for their car keys, quote, not going to get far without these.
I hate you. I hate you all so much.
Just give me the fucking keys. I had it up to here with your ass.
Or my dad, the whitest man alive, like if you forgot something and you left the house and you walked right back in, like, well, that was fast.
Short trip.
Yeah.
Well, right. Of course, when I was looking at this on the on my phone, I thought there were fewer. There's a lot more. So I'll try to get for crying out loud.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever said those words in sequence.
Yeah, you shouldn't, but we do it a lot. God. And you know what, too? By the way, for me as a parent, like, because all of these things are so PG, I find myself using them because I know, like, I know the intent behind the phrase, and it's supposed to, I mean, it's more aggressive from a earlier time. And so, like, you end up using these as a parent more. And I think that's what has maybe poisoned the white male in America to continue using these things, is they have children, they're angry at them, they're trying not to cuss, and they say this dumb shit, and then it just perpetuates, and it's a never-ending cycle.
Echo chamber.
It's tough being a white dude, man.
Yeah. You're cruising for a bruising.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that's just funny, honestly. I don't care who you are. That's just funny right there.
Yeah, that I feel like that's evolved from legitimately, hey, like, if you keep this up, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, to now it's satirical. So you're cruising for a bruising.
Cruising for a bruising.
Well, what makes this more fun for me is imagining the like a time where those were fighting words. You know what I mean? Like 1972, old Ricky Bobby's like in an argument with old Stevie Ray, and it's like, you're cruising for a bruising, buddy.
Yeah, like the whole pool hall stopped, you know?
Yeah, the record scratch.
Yeah. No, I like a good like physically comedic fist wag at people. Like, I'll be in the office and be like, I oughta, you know what I mean?
You know what this means, style, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
a knuckle sandwich. The white people eat it up. It's great.
You kiss your mother with that mouth? That was one, by the way.
Oh yeah, no. But see, that one's become so comedically used over the years that like it's almost like transcends like its whiteness.
Yeah.
Right. Who pissed in your cornflakes? Still use that.
Oh, I use that all the time. Yeah. I don't think that one's that lame. I think that's a legitimate question.
Yeah. Who urinated in your bowl of cereal and you ate it and made you so fucking fluffy today?
Salty.
I think it's a good concept that you guys execute poorly. But it's not bad, is all I'm saying. It's not bad, it's just not great. Some of you deliver it better than others, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that with like across the board with these. I think all of these can be used if done properly, but most people don't use them properly.
Yeah, well, some of them are just you shouldn't use them, but yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Speaking of ones you shouldn't use ever, working hard or hardly working?
It's the worst. That's just old people shit. Like I don't even know if that's white people stuff because like you get old crotchety black guys say some stupid shit like that.
Yes.
Right.
That is actually, I will say, I kind of disagree with that being a white person. I feel like that is an older black man phrase now. I feel like if I'm delivering to a certain place, yeah, working hard or hardly working, like
yeah, you know, like the guy who like brings out tools to fucking dudes who are in holes on highways. You know what I mean? It's the old timer. He's like fucking 60. He can barely walk. He just rides around in a truck all day. That's the guy who says that. Yep.
Yeah.
I'd agree. Of any color.
I use this. I've got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah,
it's
I've
white,
used it.
but you know,
it's white. I think that's so. Now we're kind of entered into. I would call it. I mean, it's white anyway because white corporate speak is white, but white people speak. But that's just we're getting into corporate speak there. That's corporate jargon.
Really, that's corporate jargon.
Oh, I think so. Well, I think it can be. Like it's used a lot. It's one of those like I would feel if we were to make like a top 10 or a top 15 of like office fucking cliches that you got to bust out and you know amidst meetings and fucking other things. Yeah, that's on there.
I'll agree with that. You guys, because your guys' tasks, you've got a lot of multitasking stuff going on, and in an office setting, and so definitely in the blue collar world, we don't use. I got bigger fish to fry. No, we've only got one fish, and we're hoping to fry it by the end of the day.
Right. I use
exactly.
it in the project management realm, like, hey, we have all these problems going on. Like, all right, let's get to this one because we have bigger fish to fry. We'll tackle these later on. This is boy, yeah. Alan, I don't need to look at you to defer for judgment on this one. Well, look what the cat dragged in.
I've heard that in the wild maybe like twice ever, and I was like, huh. People say that. That's not just a movies thing. Okay. They were old white people. So I don't know if it's an age thing, but either way.
Yeah. After someone asks how you are, living the dream.
Oh, I fucking still say that. I don't give a shit.
What? My retort, I'm going to put this on a t-shirt one day. My retort is always nightmares are dreams too.
Nightmares are dreams too. I say that as well.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I say avoiding the nightmare if I'm on the other end of it. But yeah, no. I do say living the dream though. Or like if you ask me, I'll be like living the dream, I think they call it. And people will be like, huh? And I'm like, yeah. Just leave me alone, please. I don't want to make small talk with you.
Stop communicating.
Don't want to talk now.
Yeah, this I've never heard this, never used this. Don't think I ever knew this existed. But when I hand a grocery cart off to someone after checking out, so they don't have to grab one, and I say, "Left a little in the gas tank for you."
Oh my god! One, that's oddly fucking specific. And two, no.
Oh no! I say yes. I'm gonna pick that one up. That's
Yeah, that's dad shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
I got nothing on that one.
Yeah, but you got to be handing it off to someone like a teenager or something. Like, let's roll in gas tank. That's just like, yeah, that's white dad speech. That's exactly what that. No, I've never used it. Why would you?
Yeah. This, I feel like this isn't used too much. Listen, I don't think I cross paths with anyone that uses this term. And when I'm thinking about it, I just think of old presidents: Nixon, Carter, Bush, Clinton, maybe Bush Jr.-ish. Definitely not Obama. Jr. But you bet your bottom dollar.
Yeah. I also think somebody in wrestling used to use it a lot.
Bet your bottom dollar? Was it
IRS?
IRS.
I can't remember, but either way, yeah.
I can see it like, and bet your bottom dollar. I can just like maybe Macho Man. I don't know. It just sounds like something you would yell.
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah. It was definitely.
Yeah, I mean, if the Macho Man uses it, it's not white.
Yeah, exactly. No, but Macho Man could say anything in that voice, and it's like,
"Let's up to your
yeah, listen, buddy." Yeah, 100%.
Left a little in the gas tank for you.
But that's not relevant because I got bigger fish to fry. Yeah.
No, it's just a generic. It's a generic line everybody uses. But there is a Stone Cold promo that pops up with him saying, "You can bet your bottom dollar." But either way, it wasn't like a thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Isn't that a line from Annie? Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if that's where it originates, but
okay.
It is a line in there.
Yeah. Oh, for the love that's all love and holy. Yeah. They just
white people stuff. You guys got so many.
Well, they just let anybody in here these days, huh? Didn't my dad use that on you, Murr?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah, no, but that's a classic. You're the last one to show up. Line.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's a good one. The worst part is so like, obviously I'm in a pretty white world sometimes, so I use some of these things like like networking. Yeah, if I'm somewhere like, I don't know, super cool, I'll definitely use it. Or like, yeah, and some dude I see and I'm like, oh, just letting anybody in here, huh? Letting the riffraff in.
Riffraff.
There it is. Yeah, riffraff.
You've assimilated, Alan.
No, buddy. Hey, it's called code switching, brother.
That's right. Oh man, you should hear the code switching. There, code switching at the Postal Service is a thing.
I can imagine.
When the check comes, quote, "What's the damage?"
God damn it! I say that too from time to time.
Well, listen, I even though we're laughing at how lame all this stuff is, I think that's what this translates to. White people phrases are lame. That's this whole list. I do think you can use each and every one of these depending on the context, and as long as you're self-aware to know that this is a fucking stupid thing to say.
Yeah. So here's a good one. And this is like, okay, obviously it has to do with someone strapping down either something to a flatbed or a pickup truck or something like that, which shocks me that someone, a minority, has never heard this. When they're done strapping it down, they say, that ain't going nowhere.
I feel like that's I feel like that's the universal "I tied the last knot" phrase. I don't know what else you're supposed to say. That ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just, yeah.
It's probably more of like a mental reassurance to the person who strapped it down. Like, nope, yeah, no wind gusts, no road bumps, nothing. That thing ain't going nowhere.
Well, I can tell you, I've been wrong a few times.
Yeah, you have to be wrong in order to use that term. The couches had to wind up on a freeway somewhere.
Oh, shit.
I'm this close to losing it.
I feel like that's just a variation of I've had it up to here.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. And that's some,
stuff.
tell me, well, excuse me for a living, but the graveyards are full.
Oh, Jesus, that's the whole one.
I've never heard part 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always heard.
that either.
I've always heard. Excuse me for living.
Just so many words.
Yeah, I'm realizing Alan's 100% right about the word usage.
Everything's just so wordy.
Yeah, we've taken the time to get 6, 7, 8 words to get the point across. When, well, excuse me for living, what graveyards are full. He's like, yeah, fuck you. That usually kind of supersedes most of these.
I think that's where all of these originated from, though, is because, like, especially like white, like Anglo-Christians not wanting to cuss, they had to create a series of words that fuck would have just summarized very efficiently for them.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's probably accurate.
Yeah, there again, I'll throw in one I skipped over. Didn't realize I skipped over because I went too fast. I feel bad ending on this because these are white as shit. But geez Louise, and for Pete's sake, geez Louise.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I don't mind G's. Like, I think G's has comedic value. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, G's I think is fine. Geez Louise is wild behavior. Fucking put, like, saying those 2 words out loud in serious content is wild.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one?
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Oh, that's just crazy. That's too many words. Again, like, yeah.
But see, I feel like that, again, my theory holding some water here is like,
sake, yeah.
Well, no, because yes, instead of for fuck's sake, for Pete's sake, it's St. Peter. Pete, Pete would be very disappointed in you. They shortened it up, at least from that.
That's
it. See how complex that fucking description was.
Yeah, I know.
I had an Aunt
just
Louise.
Say fuck.
And me and my brother used to occasionally be like, geez Louise, and she wouldn't. She would say, knock it off. I think she really wanted to say "fuck you," to her 2 nephews. But
I mean, knock it off is pretty white. I'm not gonna lie.
Knock it off.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't hear those words until I was around white families.
Cut it out.
What's the alternative?
I mean, cut it out, I guess, was in there, but yeah, knock it off. I never really heard.
Huh?
Wow. Fucking.
God,
like,
I mean, me and my brother.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop, motherfucker.
Me and my brother had a. Well, I want to say I was going to say for a little while, but it wasn't. It was like for 3 or 4 years when we shared a room. We had a basketball hoop that went above the door, and we would play, and it turned into Bill Ambier's combat basketball. Attacking one another. And my dad would always open the door, and the first one was knock it off. Like, okay, cool. We'll just, we'll play by the rules, and then it would always escalate, and then he'd boot the door in, and then fucking put us both in headlocks. No, he wouldn't. I'll rip this fucking thing to fucking bits, and you'll never buy another one. We'd have another one.
Nice.
All right, that is the white person list. Thank y'all for playing. Murr, let's expand our minds. Our IQs are here. We need to be up here, baby.
Let's get to it, my friends. Your 5 fun facts for this Friday all revolve around sports. All thanks to the World Cup. And we actually have something coming up where there might be a sport on the horizon that you might enjoy, all due to one little insignificant, maybe significant change. But of course, yes.
I was going to ask if you enjoyed the home run derby change, if either one of you watched it.
Didn't watch it. Didn't care to watch it. Baseball season's been over since, I don't know, when did the Orioles fall? Like, well below, like, where are we at? I don't even know what we're doing.
3 games below 500, but we're 2 games out of the last wild card.
That is,
okay.
Yeah. It's honestly very open. If they could win like more than 2 games in a row, they could actually do something, but they're incapable of it because I don't know.
Yeah, I can't even bet on baseball because I only watch baseball when the Orioles are not playing mid, which means I don't watch a lot of baseball. And so that means I don't know anything about anybody else in the league because I'm not keeping up with baseball. Therefore, I don't know.
I'm on if you want to get on this train, I'm on a hard anti-Gunnar Henderson. Like, I think I'm going to start. I might even start a Facebook group if you guys are into it. Fucking anti-Gunnar Henderson group. You know, I want this fucking guy to fucking, I don't know, maybe die. Either way,
No.
I don't want him playing baseball for the Orioles. I can tell you that much.
Well, now again, not watching any Orioles since like I don't know, maybe May. That's good because that means the rest of the league has this perception that he's like the next coming of some kind of baseball player. So we could get a lot of really mid players for him to continue to play mid baseball.
Yeah, I don't know. Shuffle them off. I don't care. Okay, what can we get? Can we get anything? Can we get like a new club car? We need a club car. We need one of those cool ones, like Major League.
We need something to drive the middle relievers out from the bullpen to the
yeah.
pitcher's
I think
mound,
that's personally more valuable than like batting 218 or whatever he's batting.
I actually kind of like teared up the other day when Ryan O'Hearn had like 10 RBIs for the Pirates.
Yeah, he had like 72 home runs in one game.
Yeah.
It was like Casey at bat. No, by the way, they went away from the clock, and it's 20 outs in the first round. So 20 swings rather. So you get to enjoy. The fans get to actually enjoy the home run rather than a split screen where they just keep pumping them out. It was a much more enjoyable viewership experience, albeit streamed by Netflix. And the pre-show was Owen Wilson, Will Ferrell, and another comedic actor who I don't know making jokes, and I was like, all right. Once they got over that, it was fine.
Well, I also don't like even, and I know it's on Netflix, and obviously I have a Netflix subscription, but I also am tired of them farming out content to other players. Like, we can all say what we want. We can all have our feelings about Fox. We can all have our feelings about ABC, NBC, CBS, but that's where standard network broadcasts is where all baseball and all sports, in my opinion, should be played. I do not want people to have to pay for a subscription to enjoy an American pastime, period. Full stop. I mean, you can talk about, like, that's fascist. Yeah, that's a rule that should be in place. All of these sports should be readily available to anybody who wants to tune in and watch, period.
All right. Your facts.
Let's get to it. Your 5 fun facts for your Friday, brought to you, of course, by our very many sponsors. Of course, we've got the Flat Earth Science, Advocates for Truth, the Shin Splints Recovery Group. Got any pain below that knee, above that ankle? Find them on Facebook. And, of course, the Cuckster on both TikTok and Instagram. That's Cuckster for life. Cuckster for life on both TikTok and Instagram. Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you on a Friday, all sports rules related. Did you know? In basketball, the 24-second shot clock was introduced in 1954, and in installing, it sped up games, and the NBA skyrocketed to popularity.
Well, people were enjoying 18 to 16 games, People just get way too much enjoyment. These barn burners that were like 22 to 20. I mean, God.
Actually, when I read this, I looked up some YouTube like clips before the shot clock, and it's just literally like white dudes like.
It is.
Just keep away.
The game Double Dribble is based upon the aesthetics of white guys passing from the 50s.
Yeah.
Just in heavy cotton tank tops.
That's right.
Just chest passing everything.
And if the team if their uniforms were all white, it's just like there's white balance on a camera, and it's just like washed. You can't fucking you barely see what's going on.
Yeah,
Lord.
You've heard that Shane Gillis bit where he talks about Jackie Robinson blasting the white out of. I think he should have done a Wilt Chamberlain one as well. Okay. Oh, wow.
That would probably. By the way, that would probably be the best rule for all sports is when they let everybody play. That's when all sports got better. Period.
No,
just saying.
Of course.
That's my
the shot clock, and like the NCAA. I was watching one. I don't know when it came into when the NCAA adopted it. They're usually a couple years later, but I was the last year they had the 45-second shot clock was it was the 91 or 92 Duke team. They played Indiana in the in the Final Four. The big thing about that was it was Krzyzewski against Bobby Knight, his mentor, his coach, when he played at Army. And I remember like someone getting an offensive rebound, it would automatically reset to 45 seconds. I was like, wait, what? That's way too much fucking time.
Yeah.
That's way too much. Now when you get an offensive rebound, the shot clock's like half of the possession, and it's a better rule. But I just was like, 45 fucking seconds? Oh, my God.
That's a minute. We're just
Indiana had
rounding up.
Indiana had 9 guys that fouled out that game.
Oh, wow. Well, and by the way, when I read these, just keep in mind, like, what the thing used to be versus, like, what it is today. For example, did you know in MMA, the UFC, unified rules in 2001, weight classes, rounds, judges, turned the brutal fights into a legit sport, exploding its popularity. Because keep in mind, before that, it was just, who's got the best fighting style? I can remember replaying this one clip over and over again. It was like a 400-pound sumo wrestler versus a kickboxer, like a 180-pound white guy kickboxer, and he kicks the sumo wrestler's tooth out of his face. And they could be fun, but a lot of times they were just two dudes like sweating on each other for fucking 25 minutes. So yes, having actual to think that 2 guys fighting in a cage sounds like fun. It wasn't. It was not until they actually implemented some guidelines,
some structure.
Yeah, I think initially they thought it was going to be okay. We'll see what style reigns supreme, and the style that reigned supreme was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, this is fucking boring. All right, and then you had the differences in weight class, and what the only rules were no biting and eye gouging. Because I saw fights from UFC 2 where a guy just gets his dick fucking punched 14 times in a row.
Yeah,
the punching was this Keith Hackney was the puncher, and I remember they asked him, he was like, "No, I mean, rules are rules. If you're not gonna tell me I can't punch his dick, I'm gonna punch his dick."
Yeah, and I can remember an early one where some guy literally just takes his thumb and starts shoving it into a guy's eye, and it's just like, okay, all right, I like the concept of what you're trying to perform here, but this ain't a finished product, guys.
Yeah. But there are some
early ones were wild. Sorry,
there are some rules that I don't like. Pride had different rules before they merged with the UFC, and it was the 10-minute first round, which I really don't care about. But kicking a ground opponent, you could do that in Pride. You were allowed the 12-6 elbow. You were allowed to go downward, which Joe Rogan has said a lot of that spawns from guys breaking 16 cinder blocks. Like, whoa. If they do that on a human skull, it might kill them. He was like, no, it's not. It's not the same. You're not going to get that type of technique, in a live fight like that. So some of the rules I did, especially kicking a ground opponent, I think someone's on the ground, you ought to be able to fucking punt their face into oblivion.
Yeah, I mean, but I would say
personally,
I would say ground kicks, but not to the face in an organized fight. I
can do that.
You know what I mean?
A UFC fight.
Yeah.
But to me, I agree and disagree, because I feel like that's up to the ref in a way, because if a guy's so vulnerable that you can soccer kick him in the head, he's probably not conscious enough to continue the fight in the first place. You know what I mean?
Or skilled
enough. I guess to an extent. I was going to say. But the whole thing's defending yourself, right? If I trip you or I try to shoot you and you kind of wiggle out of it, but your ass falls on the ground and I'm chasing after you and you're trying to get up, you're trying to defend yourself. That doesn't mean I'm not athletic enough to also kick you in the fucking face.
Yeah.
You getting off the ground. You know what I mean?
And in those circumstances, I feel like you should be allowed to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think face would be off just because it's too easy. And
but then you start to dial in, what were you aiming for? I was aiming for his back of his head, and he turned his head.
Well, then I say you anything fucking basically above the chest plate. You just cut out the head entirely, the top half and higher.
Okay,
so
no
basically
head kicks.
Kick a dude in the fucking abdomen, or kick him in his legs, which is never fucking fun either, honestly.
Right. Yeah, so some of those derive from, do you remember that psycho Anderson Silva?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in Pride, if someone was pulling guard on their back while he was standing, he would like
fucking-
jump and try to drive his heel, and he would he would just like stomp on their face. And I think the UFC was like, "Ooh, Japanese, y'all weird, y'all crazy."
Well, I mean, I get it. I mean, you're promoting this as a sport. You don't want anybody to die, and so like that is a death move. By the way, did you guys end up? Did you? Well, no, you don't. Like,
Do you have the 15-round fight coming up? Is that another fun fact?
No. But by the way, did you guys watch the last, like, the Conor McGregor comeback? Did you guys?
Well, I saw the highlights.
I saw the 24-second fight.
Yeah.
I guess, the highlight.
But what I will say is Patty the Batty, that was the most amazing fucking... I know it sucked that the fight only lasted like less than a minute, but my God, you want to talk about fucking putting somebody in a fucking package and tying it up, the fucking bow, and just golly day. I mean, I think the thing that hit me the most is that guy's like a former special forces guy, and then Patty Pimblett's just some fucking dirt rat from fucking grimy ass like Britain somewhere or Wales, and just fucking ties him up all tight and made up a move. It's not even a real move. He just fucking was like, this is gonna hurt.
he had the neck crank and then used his legs to bow him up,
and then death rolled him. Like, Jesus Christ.
And there wasn't even like he tells the ref he's out, and the ref waits a second and then grabs his arm and limp. It's like, okay,
done.
Boy's out.
Golly. Moving on. Did you know?
There you go.
Did you know in beach volleyball they switched to a 2-player team system in the 90s, which ramped up stars like Kerry Walsh and made it an Olympic TV smash?
Damn. So was it 3 before, or
I think it was a full team before, and
so 6.
And so they narrowed it down to just the 2.
Yeah.
And I think what made it better is you had all these ladies out there, especially, because you had Karch Karai and those guys too. But you had all these ladies out there. You didn't know which ass to focus on. And once you narrowed it down to 2 asses per side, you're like, that's the best one. I'm going to be staring at those butt cheeks for the next 60 minutes. And then when they flip the camera, you're like, all right, I can't even choose. I'm just going to decide on the fly on this one.
Paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
That's well, because I was just about to go on some rant about how Misty May Trainer and what was the other one? Who was her partner?
Something Walsh, right? Katie?
Yeah, Kerry Walsh.
Right?
I was about to go on some rant about how they are very underrated, heroes and icons amongst the sport. And then you segued into this ass focusing contest.
Nah, dude, because Misty May Trainer had a fucking wagon, bro. Like, I haven't seen her in a while, but shit, yeah. Like, that sand work did wonders.
That's right.
It's my trailer to that one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I can't even front.
Break out Foreigner, get a Rocky montage of her fucking training.
Crazy.
Misty May training.
Around. Nothing's ever gonna get you down. Especially my dick.
2 worlds collide, revolutions.
Dude,
Yeah.
And by the way, that's fine. I don't like if these women. I saw something today. Apparently, like there's some new like I don't know what you want to call it, but they're trying to train the cameramen not to focus the camera on female athletes, especially in track and field and stuff like that, at vulnerable positions and such. Listen. You've seen some of the Arab women compete. There's other clothing these women could choose to wear for their specific sports. So if you're comfortable wearing it, I'm comfortable watching it. That's all I'm getting at. And if you want ratings, I'm sorry, red-blooded human beings across the world all want to witness the phenomenal feat of female athletics.
Yeah.
I mean, weren't the original Olympics done in the nude?
That's right. Bring it back.
So,
I'll take a few flopping cocks for some extra.
Could be worse.
Well, that's what I was just about to say.
Comedy to things, yeah. Good. So,
Do you think the women viewers who get a perfect outline of 100-meter or 200-meter sprinters fucking hog are like, man, they need to throw something over that.
I'm thinking just like, just wilder shit that you like javelin, just fucking dick.
Which one's he throwing?
You know what I mean? Like all types of shit. I like it.
Look, and bottom line is, and we've always, the old cliche is like, well, women watch women for the same reason. They want to see it too. We've all watched sports, and I can't. Who was the guy who ran the 40 in the combine, and his dick came out the bottom of his shorts, and he fell down just to make sure it didn't get on camera? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
I vaguely remember this, but I don't know who it was.
But there's not a guy out there like every guy knows what they're packing, and I don't know anybody would be like, damn, look at the hog on that guy. We're not like, you know what I mean? Like no one,
right.
Men don't get offended by other men's dicks, and so I don't. Yeah, just whatever boosts the ratings, man. Put the cameras in the right spots. That's all we need.
Yeah. If you're worried about it with beach volleyball, then stop wearing the bikinis. I appreciate the sport.
Sure.
But, you throw the Italians out there in a qualifying match. I'm digging that too.
Can't blame you.
All right.
Golly.
I didn't know where you're going with that. I thought there was going to be some bush action going on, but
oh yeah, well, all right.
I'm okay with that too. All right,
she's gone native. Look at her.
And I know you know this, but for continuity, did you know in 1968 it was the infamous year of the pitcher? Offense created ridiculously low batting averages, and MLB decided to lower the mound from 15 inches to 10 inches and shrunk the strike zone as well. Offense rebounded immediately in the next season. Batting averages soared, and pitchers, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, a huge rule change. What do you feel about the pitcher's mound now, though?
I mean, now, personally, I just think these guys are throwing obscenely fucking fast. You don't need to raise that. I wouldn't even mind lowering it a tick. I would be against it, but if they did it, I wouldn't like wholeheartedly object. But like when the year you're talking about, Bob Gibson has the best ERA ever in the modern era. 1.02.
Jeez.
Yeah, he threw 11 or 12 shutouts. Yeah, like 20 some odd complete games. I mean, yeah, it was obscene. Denny McClain had 30 wins that year. But now, I mean, what are you talking about? Do they need to lower it more? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I'm just asking, like, MLB is notorious right now for having made really great rule changes to the game. The pitch clock, just the
bases.
You only get to throw the shift. You only get to throw over to first twice. Is there any fundamentals of the game that you guys would like to see changed or not?
I mean, I was against some of those. I'm still against the shift. But the pitch clock has been phenomenal.
I kind of like the shift. Pitch clock is amazing.
Yeah, I feel like the shift, though. I feel like when they wrote up like what each position does, I felt like it was implied that you stayed in that area, and then MLB was like, well, all right. It's kind of like F1 rules when they're trying to like skirt something and they're trying to add like some component to a car, and they're like, nah,
yeah,
they find like a byline, and I feel like that coaches were like, well, there ain't nothing in the rule says we can't put everybody on first base.
Yeah, you could put 7 guys on first base or right field or center field. It doesn't, there's no like imaginary zone where they had to play, and if they move out of that, they get shocked by a fucking dog collar fucking zapper or something like that. That's what annoyed me about it, because the hitters did it to themselves. They just kept wanting to drive the ball, and the defense was like, all right, well, then we'll move here if you're not going to hit the ball the other way. But then, then the argument was, well, just hitting the other way for singles doesn't necessarily lead to more production. I didn't agree with it. And I still don't. But then again, look, I have season tickets. I have 20 games at Camden Yards, and I point that way because it's like a mile that way. And I go and I watch every game, and it's fine. But yeah, they had to lower the fucking mound for the 1969 season.
Right.
It was, these guys, like some of the statistic leaders for hitters were just atrocious.
But do you think it's still balanced, or do you think they need to go a little more?
Well, I would say, like, there's a part of me that says yes, and there's a part of me that says no, because successful pitchers end up having Tommy John after a certain point.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Good point. I did see that they're proposing a new rule that starting pitchers have to go 6 innings.
How can you, like, from the Major League, like the Players Association, how can you dictate that? What, I'm at 140. Some of these guys have like 90 pitches going into the 4th inning. Like, hey man, sorry buddy, you got to lug your ass out there.
I don't know what the penalty. I don't know what the penalty would be if they had to pull you before 6. But I saw John Boy. I saw a clip from him today, and he was just saying, like, yeah, I came in on my day off to talk about this one because I think I like it. And he was just saying, yeah, the commissioner is talking about doing, you have to have your starter for 6 innings.
By the way, they're talking about the players. They want the players to play in the 2028 Olympics, and if you don't participate, and by the way, Manfred is going to be the judge and jury on this. If you say, like, medical reason or whatever, if you don't participate and he deems it not approved, it's a 3-week suspension.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
no shit.
Now, none of this is approved. None of this is, this is going to be part of the next collective bargaining agreement. They want the players to play in the Olympics, which I want to see, but I don't think it'll ever happen. It's just, it dilutes the World Baseball Classic, and it causes, like, you have to take 2 weeks off in the middle of the season.
Yeah, but I mean, it also promotes the sport globally, and if your job as commissioner is to promote the sport as best as humanly possible, then you want your best players in there to be able to perform that action. So, I get it. I do get it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, if they're playing, I'm watching.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't watch Olympic baseball with college players and amateurs and things.
No.
I don't. Even if the U.S. is fucking doing well, I don't watch it.
And finally,
I'll watch them softball players though. Yeah.
Depending on the camera angle. And finally, did you know, in the late 1990s, high-profile officiating blunders like the controversial tuck rule and precursors precursors like the 1998 Vinny Testaverde touchdown where a quarterback's knee was clearly down, but the officials missed it. In 1999, approved 28-3, the NFL implemented a new coach-implemented challenge system. This balanced human officiating with technology, dramatically improving call accuracy on key plays such as catches, fumbles, and touchdowns, reducing game-altering errors, and added dramatic tension that enhanced the TV viewing experience. Upon further review, are you guys still fans of instant replay or nah?
Alan, I'll let you lead on this one because I'm.
You said what? Fan of instant replay? Is that what you just was?
I mean, you got to remember. All right, we're now sitting at 27 years of instant replay as we know it.
Yeah, I mean, I do like it. I guess depends on how we use it and what So all sports use it differently. I think some use it stupid, some don't. But no, I don't hate it. It's a useful tool. Are we maybe starting to overuse it? Probably. But yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I think we have to use it for some shit together because we got to get shit right. But there's other shit that we're just, what are we doing?
Yeah. Okay. I was watching the Tuck Rule game.
Yeah, so
Patriots v. Raiders in the snow. Woodson comes from behind, and I thought, okay, based upon the Tuck Rule, and it's like, hold on, what? I'm an educated fan, never heard of that. And 2, you're meaning to tell me this has been in place for how many years, and it's never been fucking called until now, until today? Like, I saw him pump fake, bring it back into his fucking slot, and then get hammered behind by Charles Woodson, a fumble, and the Raiders recover. And you're like, Tuck Rule. Like, Oh, okay. Now, if that's the premises for rule change, I get it, but I can remember asking all the guys that I was smoking weed with in some random apartment, like, wait, a tuck rule? What?
But
you ever heard of this? Yeah.
I do wonder, though, like, you're talking about Bill Belichick, right? Like, on the sideline, screaming at a referee. The guy who knows the NFL manual, like, priests know a Bible. Like, tuck roll. Like, what? Tuck roll. What do you mean? The tuck roll. Section 455C43. Like, some guy flipping open his little manual out of his fucking little breast pocket. Like, shit, Bill's right. Like, I wonder if, like, other coaches, I don't know. But I will say that the reason instant replay has, in my opinion, enhanced the game is because even if they get it right based on replay or still wrong based on replay, we're all at home screaming at the TV and passionate, fan-like attitudes, and it doesn't decrease the value of the game. And if anything, it enhances the value of the game because, like, there's an investment on a play that's not even a play. There's an investment on a play that wasn't a play. You know what I mean? Like, you've reinvested yourself into a situation that in 1985 would have just been like, that's a stupid call. Hike. You know what I mean? And then we've moved on. And it's extra entertainment.
I always liked Madden's take on it. And this was like towards the tail end of his broadcasting career where he said they should just be able to challenge anything. You know, don't put parameters or bridges on like what the coach can challenge or can't challenge. They throw the flag. They say, I want to challenge this. Albeit the refs may say, no, that was a hold. Like, no matter how you dice it up. But what was it that the NFC Championship game where it was a blatant pass interference? The Saints.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
that one
fucking lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I agree with that. I think you should be able to. I think you should be able to challenge flags, anything. I do. I agree. I think you should be able to challenge absolutely anything on the field. But those, my friends, are the 5 biggest rule change to professional sports, which enhanced the game.
Beautiful. Tonight, before you go, this is a little bit of a piggyback on I don't know if it was a bit or before you go, doesn't matter. By the way, Alan will bring you up to speed. Home Depot is now honing in on build your own lightsaber kits. Are you familiar with this?
I've heard of these, but I thought they were like only a Disney thing.
Yeah, no. The nerds discovered that real traditional metal parts make better looking lightsabers, and there's more variety if you go to the Home Depot. So they've been going to like the plumbing section, the electrical section, and they're building like hilts from scratch out of nuts and bolts. And yes, the hardware stores are starting to like be like, this is extra income. We should do this.
Well, the only con we could find was that perhaps certain washers that are needed by plumbers to finish a job in someone's leaky home are sold out because the nerds have bought all said washers.
I've got to make Darth Incredibilitious light hilt, and so I can need this flux.
So I'm going to share this with you. The fencing crowd is now taking a light to the lightsaber. Murr, you can walk us through this here. So it looks to me, I thought it was going to be like lightsabers. What is this going to be like a dazzling end type thing?
Well, okay,
looks kind of like old school when he's like when Frank is waving the shit around.
But here, okay,
nice.
So basically, they've just put a camera tracking tip into the foils or whatever the hell you call it, the sabers or whatever the fuck these things are. And so now at home, much like the failed 1990s NFL or NHL puck that lights up, they're lighting up the tips of the blades so that you can see what they're doing. And then they're able to track it with, obviously AR, augmented reality and all that jazz. And I've always theoretically liked fencing. I think fighting with a sword is like it's an ancient art. Now you can follow it. And they're just starting to do this. It's kind of like a little pilot program they're doing. But look at the I don't know what you would call it. It's not craftsmanship. It looks amazing. Yeah. And so
it's pretty cool.
Implementing this will take people like me and say, I'm going to watch some fucking fencing rather than just like Eunice, who's playing $60,000 a semester to her fucking grandkid to go fucking do a sport that no one else is going to ever see in their lives unless they tune in for 5 seconds to the Olympics. Like this, look at this. I know where his sword's going. I know what he's doing. I'm starting to understand the patterns. Like, look at Homeboy with the red tip, right? He's just doing a little swirl,
a little circle,
just to make sure the guy can't get a good stab in on him.
Yeah, I noticed that on the retreat. He was like swirling it. It was it was wild.
And so
this
now,
is actually fascinating as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
So now I'm not just relying on some Ivy League twat to tell me what's happening. I can see what's happening because those blades are so small and thin that the camera doesn't pick them up. And this is a way to enhance the viewership. And these fucking turds better not get all pretentious on us and say like, well, that harms the dignity of the ancient sport. No, fucking do this. Period. I mean, it's and that's his base, and that's why I did Fun Fact Friday the way I did it. Is like sometimes a simple change, lowering the mound, adding a time parameter on how quickly you can take a shot in a sport enhances it so much so that it becomes a national phenomenon.
Yeah, you figure with a sport like fencing, which is so niche, and even with the expanded broadcast at the Summer Olympics, actually all Olympics now, where you can watch these, any sport you want, you get it at the grasp of your fingertips. I still don't watch fencing. That 15-second clip made me realize, like, okay, this is a lot more intricate than it is. And you're absolutely right. I don't need an analyst to start fucking getting really, really jazzed up, really Joe Rogan-ish to make me want to watch it. Now, am I going to join a local fencing club? No, not happening. Now, someone may want to do that, but if you're talking about growing the sport, I like it. I love it. I'm a fan.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, yeah, it's okay. Well, you see, he's pliéing here. Like, what the fuck's a plié? Show me what it is.
That's what I was gonna say. Everything's French, so I'm like, what? What is that move? I don't croissant. Fucking, you know what I mean? I don't. Fencing has always been, like Murr said, pretentious as shit. So now we can actually tell while we drink our beers, and we're like, look at that. Look at this, swirl that little stick around.
I feel like there was a scene. I don't know if this is a fact, but I feel like there's a scene in Cruel Intentions when Ryan Phillippe is fucking fencing and he takes his picture.
There's definitely
up all sweaty.
There's absolutely one of those scenes, 110%.
Yeah, and maybe change the language a little bit, or you don't even. I don't need to know what the French version of it is, but like, yeah, you see, he's doing a little twirly bird here, trying to keep his stick away from his face. Like, yeah, okay, I see it, I got it, understood.
Get Snoop on there. Get Snoop on there.
Yeah, man. Like, you gotta quit. Like, okay, I know a lot of times it's like, well, the integrity of the sport. Fuck the integrity if nobody's watching it. There's no integrity. It's a tree falling in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
You have three guys here who are avid sports fans, okay? And I have battled both of you for years about how boring curling is. And both of you are like, I don't know. The Olympic viewership has made it palatable for me to watch. This here enhances what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I love curling. That's all I watched. That's primarily what I watched this past Olympics. I think because you had to get over the hump of like all the late night comedians making fun of it, and then knowing that I could participate potentially in something like this if I.
Well, it legitimately is like 35 to 50-year-old fucking dads just doing an Olympic sport, which
great hand-eye coordination and strategy in their brains. And as far as fencing goes, I mean, what red-blooded male, not even American, just in the world, doesn't want to see another human stabbed with a sword? That's like a wet dream for most of us. And so if I can physically see it, I'm going to watch it because it's there to be done.
Yeah. Dude, if Dewey pissed me off when we were at our grandparents' house, I would hit him with a pool noodle as hard as I possibly could. And I'm talking about maximum whip. I'm talking about that thing is like, if you could slow-mo that down and put a little twirly bird on the end of that thing, and then I would get the shit kicked out of me, because that's what older brothers do. but
Yeah.
you get my point.
Yeah, and just a quick history, like the origin of those weapons too is like a lot of those like Germanic tribes were like using like these huge fucking broadswords, and so like a lot of the French were like, well, I can just quickly stab you in the heart and we can be done with this whole fucking thing. So yeah, so it's an art. It is an art. It's a physical art. Like those guys are athletes, and I feel like they're not being represented because nobody cares. Make me care. That makes me care. I want them to. I want them to tone down the little tails a little bit. I don't want to see like a Harry Potter fight, but yeah, like the concept.
Not gonna lie to you, Murr. I didn't watch this before we got on the show. I thought it made the actual swords light up like lightsabers, and you were like, "Yeah, you know."
No, I don't want it to be that cheesy. I think having the whole blade kind of barely lit up, and then the tip doing about 50% of what you saw it doing would make it that would be the line. I mean, you'd have to sit in front of like, I don't know, like a group of folks. Like, how did you feel about those swirlies you saw? And then and dial it in a little. What do you call that?
Test group.
Yes, something along those lines, and just dial it in, put it on broadcast TV one night. ESPN 9 p.m. and see what your viewership does. See how the clips fare the next day and go from there.
You're going to have some white guy be like, I've had it up to here with these goddamn twirlies. All right?
Listen up, mister.
Yeah, listen up, bucko. You're skating on thin ice. All right, Alan, we only get you every so often, so let the fencing crowd and anyone who's nervous about catching a diarrhea bug via the arugula sandwich that they're going to eat, where they can find the middle class.
USfencing.org for all your fencing needs. Find your local fencing group down at the YMCA, and where you'll probably find the middle class holes, as well as all your favorite social media platforms. Check us out, the middle class holes. MDL class holes. Give us a search and you'll find us. Bam.
Lovely.
That's perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it. Look at that. Thanks.
Look at that, man. It's like riding a bike. They should have put that on the goddamn thing.
This is Sergeant Doofy. This is a scary movie. Then he starts walking.
I thought it was Deputy.
Deputy Doofy, I think it might have been. And he starts walking straight.
Which, by the way, was a derivative of Dewey from Scream. And we used to call Brother Dewey loved Deputy Doofy. He loved that. He was a big fan.
Sure, he loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We are going to close this fucker out. We'll be back next week with old Raleigh and possibly the Driveway Bears podcast host sometime early August. We'll sort this fucker out. Either way, take it easy, folks. We'll see you next week.
Well, sometimes I may need a hand when I'm just too drunk to stand. I don't need your sympathy. Keep your judgment too. 'Cause you just give it a little pull, and my dick's strong like bull, ready to satisfy my woman the whole night through. I get drunk most every day. Everyone knows Scooter is a gay. Might be on his fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up.